Listen, I'm just going to show some things and please don't crash out. I'm just a messenger.
Yeah, well, the Democratic Party for a very long time, not just this election cycle, has been doing a lot of active outreach around South Asians, around the API in general, and will continue to do it. I mean, what we know in particular when you're talking about the South Asian community, we're talking about the Indian community more specifically, it is a growing community in the United States in terms of its voting bloc, in terms of its participation, and I think the party knows that and knows that this is part of our collective community, and there needs to be outreach and inclusion.
And certainly you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
You could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Not good.
Of good idli in her.
I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. When my mother, Shamala, stepped off the plane in California at 19 years old, she didn't have much in the way of belongings. But she carried with her lessons from back home. Growing up, my mother would take my sister, Maya, and me back to what was then called Madras, because she wanted us to understand where she had come from and where we had ancestry.
I feel happy, our family feels happy, okay? And I feel happy that my sister Shamla, her mother, would have been very happy and proud of her daughter. It's a historic day in a number of ways for the Indian community, for the first time getting to a high political position.
Being an Indian, I'm feeling very proud that she's from Indian origin, and as far as my knowledge goes, she's been creating history from the very beginning. She was the first Attorney General, and then now that she's been nominated, and my best wishes are with her. And
my mother, who raised me and my sister, was a proud woman. She was a brown woman. She was a woman with a heavy accent.
And of course, she always...
I'm just showing videos and footage of Kamala Harris. That's it. Okay. That's all I'm doing. I'm just a messenger. Don't get upset. I know you all saying that she's black. I just found it kind of weird and ironic. Not too long ago, she was not screaming, I'm a black woman, or I'm a powerful black woman, I'm the first black woman. I'm just saying, right? I get it. Every politician is going to be dealing with Israel. But the problem is, Biden seemed to have a very intimate relationship with Israel. We can't act like this stuff is like not happening, right? Oops, sorry, my bad. Wrong slide. Oops, wrong slide. God damn, I keep getting... I remember when she made that joke about Jamaicans smoking and being Jamaican and smoking when she was a child, or something in that nature.
Kamala Harris's comments from her radio interview with The Breakfast Club are sparking controversy.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like in
And
college,
I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
Harris explains her pro-pot stance and admits that she indulged in the substance while in college. Then this exchange happened.
What does Kamala Harris listen to?
What were you listening to when you was high? What was on? What song was it?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah, definitely Snoop. Tupac, for sure.
But her father, he didn't take that so well. I wonder why. I wonder why he would think that his daughter was wrong for putting a stereo. Okay, you know what? It's just so funny and ironic how a lot of these people who support Biden and Kamala, it's kind of funny to me because they love Israel and they love the Jews so much. And if you can prove this to be wrong, then be my guest, I guess. But see, that's not what's really like bothering me. So wait, Team Biden is supporting Ukraine and Israel, right? And Israel's basically ran by the Jews, right? And Kamala, she's about to be the president. But you want to know who else is going to benefit from this?
Truth is the antidote to lies.
Mr. Imhoff recently traveled to Poland and Germany for the first time to mark International Holocaust Remembrance Day.
You see the newsreels and you read the history books, but until you approach those gates and until you walk through and you see literally the gas ovens where people were cremated, you see the eyeglasses and the shoes.
The hope is to develop all this dialogue.
Government to seek out ways in which anti-Semitism permeates itself
into a plan of action.
Our culture, our experiences, all that stuff is phenomenal. And again, with this platform, I'm going to just keep living openly, proudly, and without fear as a Jew. So I hope that gets out there.
There is no timeline of
Yep. That's kind of weird. The African American community complain about white supremacy, oppression, the Jews, Israel being harmful to people, and they hate what's happening to Gaza. But by you helping Kamala get in the White House, you're also going to be helping your op get in there as well. And it's also going to make history. I mean, and boy oh boy, these headlines have a way of making the crowd giggle. You don't find this odd? You don't find this suspicious? Are you really paying attention to what's going on, or are you just going to keep making this about race and gender? And of course, when you think he get in that White House, do you think that he's going to pander to the African American community? If Team Biden is already putting billions of dollars and thousands of millions of dollars into Israel and helping them with weapons and shit like that, and a Jew actually get into the White House, who do you think is also going to benefit from this election? You see, I don't have the power to tell you who to vote for and who not to vote for, but I'm just not going to vote for someone because of the color of their skin. That's just me, personally. Now, if you want to vote for someone because of their gender and their color of their skin, then be my guest. But me, I'm sorry, I just question everything. And the fact is, there's just a lot of shit that I just don't know about her, and there's a lot of things that has been happening with this woman that was just getting swept under the bus. Question number one, was Camilla around black culture, or Kamala? or Kamala? Was she around black culture? And based off of black people said that you cannot be pro-black and date out of your race. Meaning if you are a black man and you are dating a white woman, you cannot be pro-black because you are supposed to put black first. Meaning you are supposed to put black excellence first. Meaning by you dating out of your race, you're making it hard for black excellence to happen because you're not breaking that barrier, right? So they said that if you are black and you are dating a white person, especially because they are our oppressors, you cannot be pro-black. But Kamala's not married to a black man. So the question would be, can she be pro-black and be president? Because by her being pro-black, that means she would have to put black over everything, which makes her very biased, which means that she won't be doing her job properly as a president. And then I have another question, because allegedly they're saying that this lady has a track record of having innocent men put behind bars. And if any of these people are lying on her, then why she haven't sued them for slander or defamation and got their accounts down? I mean, you can't just go out here and lie on a politician and say that they did something to you. And not to mention, the other guy from the Vice documentary.
Cell, the second witness that they had really wasn't a witness at all. She said anything that the police officers wanted her to say, and they said that her recollection of the events was extremely credible. So that's what ultimately got the arrest warrant.
The District Attorney of San Francisco, Kamala Harris, appeared in the courtroom during your trial twice.
Yeah, the two times that Kamala Harris showed up to my trial was when I got convicted, and also when they laid down the sentencing.
When you saw her on the day that the verdict was handed down, did you take that as a bad sign?
It felt to me that she was well aware about my case, and she was there to set her presence, almost take pride in getting a conviction. When I put in my appeal, the people that's fighting against my appeal to keep the conviction is the Attorney General office. I learned it reading, their reply to my appeal, and you see Kamala Harris' name at the bottom. And now it's starting to feel a little personal.
When you win the $13.1 million, it's a massive settlement. Did you feel like that was enough?
There's not an amount that could get back those 7 years. That 6.5 years that I spent in prison. But instead of me coming home feeling like I was a victim, I wanted to prove that I'm a survivor, and I will not let my story go unheard. I'm not necessarily saying I'm looking for an apology, but some acknowledgement from her that she could have messed up would be, of course, that'd be huge. You could have made some mistakes. You could have missed some things. For me, it was a big miss. I had life in prison. I've met people in prison that
just get, mixed up, and people are like, oh, I'm not going to take this. But at the end of the day, people, just let me know what y'all think, because I just have so many questions, man. I have so many questions.